even that. What? We're not even at that stage yet.
Quick question. Was she drunk?
No, she was tired. When she's tired, she just says whatever's on her mind. Yes, I. On this side, you'd have to be like this.
Exactly. Is this thing on?
Bro, who ripped ass? I'm sorry, but who did it?
Probably my cat.
Where's your cat at?
The laundry room's right there. That's the laundry room. The area where they use the bathroom.
I'm gonna cry. It smells so bad.
That sucks for you.
Kill yourself right
Deal
now.
with it.
Do it right now.
No.
I want you to feel the bullet enter your skull.
We are currently live.
Okay. Alright. This is gonna be the beginning of the podcast.
No, the beginning of the podcast was a whole 1 minute segment of the starting
Yeah.
frame. Because we, had some miss-ups.
Yeah.
Do you want to start them?
Alright, welcome back, guys, to That Random Show. I'm your host, Random Recip, and this is your co-host, Sub-Zero, 285.
I missed it. Hello. Alright,
No,
anyway.
you're good.
Anyway,
What do you want to talk about?
You made this whole thing.
Just say something and just go with it.
You came up with the entire idea.
Nostalgia, then.
Sure.
What do you think about nostalgia?
Well, first off, I have absolutely horrible memory, and I forgot to shut that door. I'm just gonna do that real fast. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's bothering you too much.
All right. It's up to you.
But like, for me though, because I'm 17 now, I think like I've been thinking a lot about like my childhood recently, because my childhood's literally gonna end in 6 months.
Being labeled 18 doesn't necessarily mean your childhood ends, though.
Well, yeah, I see it as your transition period. When you're 18, you're a half adult, half kid, but you're still technically a kid because, in the what is it called? What's the specific word? When you hit 19, that's when you're a young adult.
I don't know, but it's just like I guess I don't think of it as like necessarily like that full transition point. Like you shouldn't be able to stop doing anything fun
Yeah,
at 18.
I think that too.
You know, I think that ends at college.
Yeah, and I will say though, when you hit 18, that's when you have to actually work because no matter what, you owe the government all of a sudden a bajillion dollars.
Well, have you heard the thing where you are born? I think it's like $90,000 in debt
Yep.
already.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that just great?
Yeah, I
You
love.
were fucking picking at this table, weren't you?
No,
Who the fuck?
but I love life. Yeah,
It
no,
might have been Spencer.
no, coming into this world knowing
Alright.
that I'm already in debt, barely even started, just seen the light, and now I'm already $90,000 in debt.
You're born, and the U.S. government's already like, here is a plan for you to pay all of this off.
Yeah, you're a baby, but we don't care.
You have a job application?
Yeah, you better get a job right now. I don't know how to speak. You gotta get a job.
You go to a job, and it's just, hi, yes, this application form here, born yesterday.
Born yesterday. I can see how short you are. That you're wearing a diaper.
You're not even walking yet.
You're just laying there.
You're still in the hospital.
Yeah. Why are we hired? Because he's 90,000 in debt.
He's 90,000 in debt. That's
Oh, he
why.
has a twin brother, so they're 180,000 in debt.
Well, that's what between the two of them, unless they're conjoined twins.
Conjoined
which
twins.
That just
would-
kind of sucks.
Yeah, that would suck horribly. Kill the other one, quick.
A Chinese assassination plot.
Yeah. A Chinese
We're in-
assassination plot.
We're in the damn Song Dynasty or whatever the hell.
Yeah. But I've been listening to a lot of old music, like by Florida, I think the name is, Good Feeling and stuff.
Mm.
I don't know, just like because I'm getting older, I'm like starting to think about stuff that I haven't thought of in years. I don't know
Sir,
if
you're
that's-
not even to your first midlife crisis.
I know. It's just weird that I'm gonna.
Unless the first now is 20, then what you're fucked.
Yeah. But what's something that you like haven't thought of in years? Let's be honest. What about like what girls? What was a childhood show for you? What did you grow up watching? I grew up watching regular show and stuff. That just tells you everything about me.
Shaun the Sheep.
Oh, Shaun the Sheep. I haven't thought of that in forever.
That was the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah. I still remember going to my uncle's a couple times and literally just watching Shaun the Sheep.
Like, I'm pretty sure I watched the whole everything. I think I watched everything. Another one that I stopped watching was Star Wars 2. I know you can say it's not that old. Shut it the hell up.
Yeah, it's
old.
It's very old.
It is really old. I mean, when was the last time they made? Was it 20? I want to say it was 2020. Something.
2021, I think
Yeah.
it was.
2021 was the last time. Was their last film? Then they have all these weird.
Backstories all of a sudden.
Yeah. You had the Boba Fett one, Mandalorian.
At this point, they're just milking money and they know it's working.
Because they don't want to. They shut off like movie production, but they still want to
Yeah.
keep it going. But mainly what I want to talk about Star Wars was like the Clone Wars,
Oh, the Clone
Like-
Wars, yeah.
because that stopped recently. I'm pretty sure it started in like the animated Clone Wars, not the drawing Clone Wars. Those are two very different things.
Yeah.
They're two very different things. You have like the hand animation one,
Yeah.
where it's 2D, and then you have the 3D animation.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 3D animation because that's the one I grew up with. All right.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it came out in like, I want to say it was 2008, 2010, somewhere around.
I can't remember.
Basically when I was born.
Basically when I was born. I mean, you ain't wrong on that one.
And I started watching it probably around the same time I started playing Minecraft, which was
Yeah.
at 5 years old. And I think I've watched the whole. I remember when they were still making episodes.
Yeah.
I was actually watching the new episodes on my 60-inch TV in my grandma's and grandpa's living room
Yeah.
that was located in the corner, and it was on a TV stand that had a Wii.
We.
I had a Wii in it and two different stereo systems. And it had speakers on either side, which were my dad's speakers, and now we currently have them in the garage.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, I know which
Yes.
ones you're talking about.
I'm sorry,
No, you're good.
I have a tendency, and you read the story that I gave you last episode, that whole tornado story.
Yeah.
And in that story, at the very beginning, literally one sentence, not even, I remember it like it was yesterday. That's literally me, because I have really bad memory. It's weird, because I feel like I have memory loss, but then
It's
I
just
also have
'cause it was-
photographic memory.
I think the reason why you remember certain things is because it was a time in your life that your brain just took it as, oh, this is important.
Yeah.
This is very important. Because I remember stuff like when we went to go get Chaos and Sputter. I remember when we found them in where my grandma lives. She lives out in the country in Lower Brule. And we used to find cats all the time in like cars because there was a lot of wild cats around there. She only has 2 cats now, Gary and Smokey. But she used to have like 20, 30 cats. That's how many cats used to live around there. And yeah, I remember like we found them laying there in the passenger seat. We brought them inside and cleaned them off and stuff. And I still very, very vividly remember that.
I remember when we got Jeffrey, often referred to as Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Why do I think that's a good name for a child? Jefferson.
Yeah.
Not Jeffrey. Yeah, that Jefferson. Now, on the other hand,
Yeah.
his nickname's Jeff.
Yeah. There was a really awkward moment there for a moment
Oh.
where we both didn't talk and we were just
I was like, because I was trying to think.
yeah, and you're smiling at me, I was smiling at you, and you were just like, nice.
No, so we got Jeffrey when he was probably less than 2, maybe 3 months old.
Yeah.
And he was on my great-grandmother's farm. And great-grandparents, I always say grandmother because father is still alive. But I don't know why I just automatically connect with mother instead of father. Weird. Anyway, we got him on their farm, and he probably had close to, I want to say 20 siblings.
Dang.
Or not necessarily siblings,
Just family.
but related, same age.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of cats. I don't think we still have the original cage we got him in, which, by the way, was a handmade wooden box
A handmade wooden box.
that had like metal rebar. As it literally looked like you just threw someone in a cage in a Wild West movie. Like, it was a handmade wooden box that was breaking apart
Yeah.
with like metal as like bars.
Yeah.
In this box.
You just imagine a crappy, rusty-looking wooden box.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was just sitting in the basement, which,
That's not creepy at all, but okay.
well, there was 2
Torture
rooms.
device.
I'm sorry, she doesn't own the house anymore. She had to move into the city because of health reasons.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like that's even worse. If you move into the city, now you have more pollution.
well, you know, they lived out on a farm on a countryside with the nearest town being like 2 miles away, which isn't that bad, but like if you drop you drop on the floor of a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
I'm just saying that's the con of moving here because our air is so disgusting.
Yeah. And so there's someone. I'm not even gonna mention it. So. Yeah, I'm just like memories coming back. I just remember the whole house layout now. I could probably give me 3 sheets of paper. I could draw out the whole house layout.
Yeah.
But there were 2. Like, this was a big house. Like, this was retirement fund money.
Retirement fund money.
Of a house. And so there were like 2 there was 2 different basement rooms. Each were probably double the size of this room. Yeah. It was you go down there and you can tell it was that Cold War era bunker
Yeah.
because there was a whole different room just to fill with stashes for food.
Did she have a fallout shelter?
No.
Okay. I was just curious because I know like during the 1940s to 1960s was when like nuclear fallout shelters were big, like huge. Like they
it would be right
exploding.
after the Second World War. Tension started to break between the recently created USSR. Sorry, I'm a huge history nerd, so I'm gonna go.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Recently established USSR and Britain and America. America and the USSR were good friends, which is hard to believe.
Yeah.
Basically throughout all of World War II, or at least when America joined, until about I want to say less than 5 years after, and then tension started to rise because obviously America was making the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
And dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of showed world powers like, hey, don't fuck with us, whatever.
Yeah.
But
But then the USSR took that on as a challenge.
And it's so funny to me because I know Oversimplified made a video of this. I'm just gonna steal this line from him. It was like whatever president of the U.S. And he's just like, yeah. So we made this new bomb, and then the USSR president says, "Oh yeah, I know. I mean, oh wow," because obviously there were spies all over the place.
Yeah.
So they already knew about it, and they were actually already making their own.
Yeah.
And then when the USSR showed off their bomb, that's when tensions fell.
It was
right
like
off.
we have better weapons than you war. That's basically what it was.
Basically.
People were building bigger, better weapons.
Yeah, and then America originally thought due to poor scans of Russian military, USSR military bases, thought that USSR had almost a triple amount of nuclear weapons than the US had, which in reality was exact opposite. We had almost triple that they had.
And we made even more after that, too.
Well, yeah, because we made more because we were trying to keep up with the production of them.
Yeah.
Even though we were doing it 3 times faster and we
Yeah.
didn't know about it.
I think tensions rose even more when people what country was it? People were trying to escape and then they built the Iron Curtain.
Oh, Germany.
It technically called the Iron Curtain.
It wasn't the Iron Curtain. It wasn't the wall. The Iron Curtain was a set of, yet again, I'm a history nerd, was a set of countries that bought into the USSR's, as and were forced into.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Into the USSR's belief of communism.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a subset of nearly 20 countries.
Yeah, it was a lot of countries.
All bordered. It was basically it was militarized zone, but the best way I could describe it would be a demilitarized zone between the West and the East. It was just a subset of all different countries that bordered Russia.
Yeah.
That was the Iron Curtain. The wall that you're talking about was not the Iron Curtain, it was the wall that separated east and west.
Because people were fleeing and they
'Cause-
didn't want people to flee, so they
well,
built it.
they didn't want them to flee because
It makes them look bad.
America was just giving money away to.
And it makes communism look bad too.
Yeah, it made communism look bad, so they built a wall, the Berlin Wall.
But we still were dropping supplies and helping them.
Yes, the Berlin Airlift,
Yeah, the Berlin Airlift.
which I think is just so funny.
Yeah.
Because they're basically like, hey, we have a wall now. How are you going to get supplies in? We have planes now.
Yeah. It's almost like we can't do it anymore. Wow. Just drops it.
And also, the funny part is, there was at the time only one airport. Now there's 3 for one city.
Yeah.
Which the original airport was changed into some sort of just like recreational park.
Yeah.
Which was literally just a giant empty, like only grass field, because obviously trees were, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Was just a field that you can just recreational activities.
Yeah.
Just a giant park.
Yeah.
There's my history rant about.
No, you're good. I understood.
The Cold War.
I understood everything. I like I think my favorite.
I like World War II, especially with Germany.
No, I think World War II is the most interesting because that's when like we had huge advancements in technology. World War I, yes, we had some tanks and we had some planes, but planes were still new and tanks were the most new because tanks were built, I believe, by Britain.
Britain was the first major
Yeah.
country that made them. In World War II, they made the Tog, which was basically a long hot dog of a tank that was designed for trench warfare.
Yep.
Little did, they knew that the Nazis were just going to, trench warfare, fuck all of World War One. We're just gonna go guerrilla mode,
Yeah.
and so like that plan fell apart.
Yeah.
I mean, also by that time, even though, you could wire transfer information, they were going on bikes,
Yeah.
motorbike for information. Troops weren't regulated heavily, meaning, most of the time generals would show up with drunk troops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And planes that when they were first built, Weber and his Weber, right? Weber
No.
Wheelwright?
No.
No, that name sounds familiar. They
Not
were
Weber.
there were 2 brothers that Wilbur, I think.
No.
I'm gonna search the name. Right
I know it's not them. It's not. I don't know where you got the W from. But I can't remember the exact names. I just know it's not
now.
Wilbur.
Brothers who invented the plane. Wilbur Wright. I was super close. Orville and Wilbur Wright. I was super close. Okay.
Wright brothers. That's.
Yeah, the Wright brothers.
You were just thinking of their first names, which was
'Cause- Anyway, so they were testing planes out, but because their planes weren't as good, they just went to the UK and were like, "Yo, let's buy some planes. We're gonna buy planes from you instead." I don't know. I just remember that because that was like one of our biggest subjects we had in American history was the
There were
invention of
just
the plane.
these big clunky metal planes.
Yeah, they were only
uh,
used for reconnaissance at the beginning.
Yeah. And they switched to actual reconnaissance drones, which were technically planes, but flew. They were originally flown by pilots. Actually, funny story about that, which was also brought up in an oversimplified video. Not that I watched only an oversimplified video. I watched many different history content. I made a whole history channel actually, which by the way I need to make a video on because I'm in 2 days is the post of the second week of video, meaning I need to make a video for next week.
Yeah.
Which I'm definitely not using ChatGPT for. Don't look that up.
I haven't been using ChatGPT at all. I've been just coming up because in my opinion, when you use ChatGPT, you're not being creative. You're letting the AI be creative for you, and that makes you less creative as a creator.
Yeah.
That's just how I've seen it now.
I just mainly did it for ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I literally searched up. I need ideas for history ideas for a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And it gave me like 10 different video ideas I could do.
You can they made it better, so now you can have it list like 100, and it'll literally list 100 now. The max used to be 50, but now it can literally list 100, which is absolutely insane. Give me 100 history ideas.
When we comparison, we give me 100
Yeah.
dad jokes.
Give me 100 dad jokes. But how did we go from talking about nostalgia to war? Oh, because of the
Berlin Wall.
no the Fallout
Yes.
bunkers and stuff.
Bunkers that relate all the way back to when I was talking about my great grandmother's
Yeah.
basement. Basically, in the basement there was a Rockadio box. All right.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey, out of literally like 20 siblings, he was the only kitten, that walked up to my mom. And we're like, this one.
Yeah.
We're taking this one.
He did not like me when I first saw Jeff, when I came over to your house the first couple times. Oh my gosh, he would look at me and go, "I hate you." Just remember a couple times he would like go up to me and like scratch me for no reason.
He would walk up to you and give you basically the same feeling as the middle finger.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. He would look at me and go, "I want to hurt you."
Just a real
Yeah.
You're talking about nostalgia originally, which got me to Jeffrey, which all this and that. Brought Jeffrey home. Turned out he had ringworm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's actually why it was only recently that he really started bonding with us. Because the first 6 months that we had him, he was locked up in a bathroom because he had ringworm and.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
ringworm.
yeah. I remember that. You guys, your mom specifically said keep him in the bathroom.
Yeah, we petted him once, got ringworm, had to cut all my hair off.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was bald.
I remember a couple times he got out. Your mom was sitting there spraying like everywhere he went. I remember that very, very clearly.
Yeah. And now we let him outside occasionally, every other day basically, and luckily he doesn't run like he used to. He'll walk out, he'll just eat grass.
Yeah.
Also, what's the weird fascination with animals and grass?
I don't know, with Brick, because he grew up as a wild dog, I think they just saw it as a source of food, and it's just a habit now for them to do
But
it.
then when he also eats grass, which is a completely domesticated dog who was bred in a home, who,
Yeah.
born in a house,
I mean, our cats
sold
do the
to
same
a
thing.
house.
And they have better senses of smell, too.
Yeah. That's just weird that almost every animal, at least that I know, will eat grass for practically no reason. Because all Jeffrey will do will throw it up afterwards.
I think it's a what do you call it?
Just nutrition.
No. Like,
Oh.
What's the word? They evolved, but it's still, like, instinct for them to do it. Because
Natural
it's just considered normal for them.
Well, it's just weird because Winnie, who, wasn't born outside, eventually got to the point where she was eating grass.
Yeah, I think it's just normal.
Yeah.
It's completely normal for them.
It's similar to, now I can think, turtles, where they're just born and they know immediately to go to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be similar to that concept.
Yeah.
Where, they already know what to do, roughly.
Yeah.
See, now you got me wanting to research this and make it too short.
Yeah.
Which also I was going to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. More on nostalgia, though, for me. I think I know, this was like 30 minutes ago already, but the shows that I grew up with mostly, Peppa Pig, what was that turtle's name from that old turtle show? It was a 2D animated series on Nick Jr. Arthur for sure. Arthur, remember?
The aardvark who does not look like an aardvark whatsoever.
The Bearstein Bears too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the Bearstein Bears. I remember that vividly.
The Upside Down show was super
Which I
big.
have no clue what that is.
That was super big for me. They in the Upside Down show. Look this up after, or just look it up right now. But the Upside Down show was basically they would go through different doors and like they would go to different adventures. They would like do different things in these different. It was so weird.
That sounds like some sort of Monster Inc. type.
It was so
shit.
cool to me though. It was like fascinating to me, and funny enough, there's still one episode that I have ingrained in my brain where they travel to this other universe and they literally are taught how to make a good sandwich, and that stuck with me for so long because I don't know.
The whole episode, they went through a door to just like a deli shop is what I can
Well, there were like
imagine.
stacks and stacks of sandwiches. I still remember, and like this kid shows how to make a proper sandwich and stuff. That episode has always stuck with me.
Proper sandwich: bread, meat, cheese.
Well, they use like lettuce and tomatoes and stuff too.
Whatever. But not relevant whatsoever.
What are some other shows besides the ones I just listed?
Oh, what was there were 4 characters.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah. I was so sad when that series ended. It shows him like packing up slowly.
I'm pretty sure I have a CD of
Yo
a
Gabba
couple of
Gabba.
the shows.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's
Yo, Gabba.
definitely copyright.
Oh, as long as I'm not singing a ton of it, but that's why I was just singing a tiny segment of it. But he would like come out his briefcase. He would like take them out of his briefcase and put them in, and they would come to life. Put them on the little set that he has, and like he would talk to them and stuff.
Yeah. There's like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which is just, you know, it's Mickey Mouse
This is
Clubhouse.
normal.
Actually, funny thing, because my cousin recently had a child. We have sometimes bring him over here and whatever, you know, watch him. And they actually they play Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the TV. And so I go up there and watch it, and I immediately know what episode it was.
Yeah. Or like, what's this shape? It's a circle. I know it. I know this one. It's a circle.
Fuck you, circle.
It's a square. Oh, you got it. Or
They spend 5 minutes telling you what shape it is. There's me immediately. And
yeah. Just say it now. Gosh, there were so many.
you know
other
why
shows
it's a circle? Because it has no corners.
It's a circle
No
because it
way.
has no corners and it is round. Wow. Yeah. There was another show that I remember watching.
Remember having like a box of toys with like they were different shapes. Like they were just different shapes, and
Handyman, remember?
on
Well,
yeah,
no, not-
Handyman.
Yeah, Handyman. He would carry his tools around, and they were like, they came
They
to
talk.
life.
It was weird.
What was that other show with the little kids? They would ride in that Little Einsteins.
Well, Einstein's.
Yeah.
I,
And like, I don't know why, but the character, the jet dude in that series always scared me. It always scared me because
I think I watched like 3 episodes of that, then I was completely done.
I remember one episode specifically. You can hear like a turbine come out of nowhere, and they were all getting scared. And I remember going, "Ah!" because I was so scared. I was screaming at the top of my lungs in my room.
Another one would be that I still actually really want to rewatch all of it because nostalgia and just
Yeah.
kind of want to rewatch and go through it all again. Was Magic School Bus.
Oh, the Magic School Bus, yes, like, and
The original ones.
the original,
When they
yes,
were
the original,
2D hand drawn animations, not the weird whatever the hell.
computer generated.
Yeah. Because the one episode where they literally, like, the school bus goes into the child.
Yeah, I was like, what?
There's a whole episode dedicated to...
Because the kid was sick.
He was sick.
Yeah.
So they brought him to his house, and then they just like go into
His knee.
yeah. It was a that was actually one for me as a child. That was one of the goriest things you could
Yeah.
because it was a Band-Aid. He ripped off the Band-Aid, and then when they went in
It's like,
to it, or there was another episode that I can't remember. Well, I can't remember the name of it, where it was like a bathroom, and they were I don't know, they like made they were like building those like bridges with the marshmallows and the toothpicks.
it's very, very vivid, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, like I just don't know why, but that was one of the many episodes that I just remember.
There was one episode with Miss Frizzle where she had like some sort of, it was disease or something, but like she would sweat way, way more than others, and like in the scene it shows her like while she's running, like you can see the sweat coming out of her glands, and like the kids are like in her skin, watching the sweat like appear out of nowhere.
There was a desert one. I can't remember. Just I know there was a desert one.
Oh, she sweat wrong. That's what it was. She would sweat wrong. I don't know how it works.
But the sweat wasn't dripping down; it was dripping up. She defied gravity.
No, it was grouping up, like how you normally sweat when your hands get all wet. She was like drenched because of whatever she had.
Have you ever had to like wear like gloves, like latex gloves, to like pick up stuff or go pick out trash or whatever, and you like you take off the glove and your hand is just sweating profusely.
Yeah. Yep. At work all the time. It's annoying, but it's like.
It's at that point it might as well just be a pool.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. That's just like something I can think of.
What was that one in? Did you grow up watching Nick Jr.? No.
Actually, I hated those. Like, I just hate those programs. And,
Bro, Nick Jr. was my life. That was like all I had when I was little.
they are always playing the same shit.
Yeah. Okay, so on Nick Jr. they had like a mascot, and I still remember one episode where he's like,
How many Spy Kids?
oh, Spy Kids, yeah. How many sides does this octagon have? And I can't remember his name. Nick Jr. mascot. Not Piper Possum. Remember Piper Possum?
No.
What? Please tell me you guys, which camera is this on? This one. Please tell me you know that.
They can't even tell what it is.
Just search Piper Possum if you do like a short, but like, it was a smiley face looking dude.
I don't know nothing about
Noggin.
any of that.
Noggin character. This dude. He was like their mascot after. He had like a little bird friend as well.
Idea. I like never
The Backyardigans.
really No.
The Backyardigans.
Nope.
You never watched Backyardigans?
I watched an episode.
Yeah.
I watched an episode.
I'm trying to think of other shows. I'm just gonna search Nick Jr. and see what shows come up with. There was another show where dinosaurs were like alive at the same time as. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but he would literally like sit there eating popcorn while these dinosaurs were fighting and talking about what these dinosaurs did and stuff.
Dinosaur Train. It's not what you're talking about, but you're talking about dinosaurs.
Yeah. Oh, Dinosaur Train.
And that's what I thought of.
Dinosaur
for
Train.
nostalgia.
Nick Jr. shows.
I watched all of that.
Bubble Guppies.
I haven't.
Blue's Clues, and then Little
Blue's
Bill.
Clues.
Little Bill. Do you remember Little Bill?
No.
Bruh, there ain't no way. There ain't no way you don't know what
Can you
Little...
show me an image
Lil
that I might
Bill.
remember?
That one right there.
Yeah, no clue.
I like that show. That was one of my favorite ones. What's that? Wonder Pets. You don't remember Wonder Pets?
If it was on one of those like broadcasting shows, then no.
We are the Wonder Pets.
Nope.
I'm like really sad now.
Like, if it was on one, the only thing that we would ever put on would be PBS Kids.
Oh, PBS Kids, yeah. There was a one.
And the only thing that I wanted to watch on PBS Kids was the Wild Kratts.
Remember Word Girl?
No. Like, if
Word Girl was on PBS Kids.
then Word Girl. I thought you said Ward Girl.
Yeah, Word Girl.
Word Girl. I do remember that.
The evil sandwich dude.
Yes. Yes.
The evil sandwich dude. Yeah. I'm gonna search PBS Kids shows.
You honestly, I probably can't remember.
Curious
them.
George, Sid the Science Kid,
Yes. Yes.
Wild Kratts. I watched a couple
Wild
times.
Kratts. You only watched a couple times. I watched all of them.
Oh, PBS Kids. PBS Kids shut down.
Yeah.
Oh, when did that happen?
Or a few other shows. Are those the only notable ones?
No, I'm going to a little wiki. I'm an adult. No.
Was it those
Super Y.
Super Y?
Yeah.
I can't remember. some
Kalu?
names, but you show me an
Caillou.
image.
Caillou.
You said cow? Cow?
I'm sorry. Bob the Builder.
you said cow. Kai.
I meant Caillou. I'm sorry. Word World. Word World. I haven't heard of that in
God.
years. I haven't thought of that in
They
years.
had them. You had the frog. The frog with the log
They would
shaped
put
house.
they would put the words together and then it would
It would
make
make like the thing.
yeah.
You had the box. There was one whole episode with a pool. Where
Yeah.
they made a pool.
Word
and-
World.
You had the frog.
I still
yeah,
remember the theme song
the
very,
monster.
very vividly.
They would make the monster and it would oh my gosh. Yes. There was the one episode where they had to help Pig because something happened in his thing.
Yeah.
Dog.
Dog.
I can't remember who the actual person, like the actual main character was, because they all had like their episode.
Yeah.
Lighthouse. There was like Lighthouse episode. There was, when Frog was making Monster.
Yeah.
And Monster kind of became a side character that would show up occasionally
Yeah.
for no apparent reason.
Sheep.
Duck.
Shark. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Shark. I remember Shark.
Why is he standing upright?
I don't know. There was like a couple episodes where they're focusing
Barn.
just around
There
the
we go.
school.
Barn. That's what I was trying to think
The
of.
barn.
Yeah.
Like, coming to think about it now, it's just like, you know.
This is why I'm gonna miss being a kid. Once I like get to the 19, 20, 21 age, and it's
When you have a child, then you're gonna be re-remembering everything because you're gonna be showing them these shows.
yeah,
Because you don't want to be showing them where the hell they're making now.
yeah, like off-brand Peppa Pig. Have you seen that?
I despise Peppa Pig. Anything related to that.
Bro, when I was little
Hell
though,
no.
Peppa Pig was the goat. Like that's when the episodes were actually good. Now when you watch Peppa Pig, her voice is like this now when she talks. She talks like she's British now.
I don't know. I've literally never. I think I watched one episode.
Wolfu
and I
is
despised it.
that's what's the off. I hate Wolfu, dude. It's so annoying. Like the acting, the voice acting is so bad. Like Wolfu, let's go. Like, bro, why do you talk like that? You're talking like a robot.
The anime weebs. My child's gonna grow up to watching anime. Like you're gonna have a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I can think. I need super glue on this. I'll work on it later.
Work on it later.
What's another one?
I can't think of any other shows. Super Y was really big for me as well. That was so awesome to watch.
Man, now I can't think of anything more. I don't.
What about like old Dan TDM when he would play like Octodad and stuff? When he was super big into Minecraft mod
The
showcases.
only thing I watched of Man Team would have been those Minecraft mod showcases.
It got really, really sad to see
The
like
airport one.
the airport one. I remember
arcade.
the airport one. I remember when he was releasing each day. I still remember like anticipating, waiting for it to hit 3 or 4 p.m. for him to release the next episode.
There's an arcade one. He broke Trayorus out of prison at one
Christmas
point.
Countdown.
You
remember Christmas Countdown?
And then he made like this whole he made a library,
in
a
his
showcase,
in his
a museum rather, that had like all
his
of
lab.
his adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then someone made him a new world. And he switched to that, and I kind of hated it. And
now he doesn't even like talking about Dr. Trayorus anymore. Like any time like someone asks him about it, he just puts it in the past like it's not anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like I think he should go back to it every now and then because that's what got him to where he is today because of his amazing storytelling.
Yeah. If you could interview somebody, who do you think that would be?
If I could interview someone,
like,
it would definitely not be Andrew Tate. I'm sorry. Some of his advice is just like, that's just logic. Why you vape? Just breathe air. Like,
well, like if you could interview anyone, who would you want to interview?
if I could interview
Like,
anyone,
If you wanted it for advice or just knowledge, anything.
who would you interview? I can't think of anyone
What?
right now.
Who would I interview? Personally, have no idea.
I thought you were gonna say Albert Einstein. I don't know why. Just something in my head clicked that you would go Albert Einstein.
Honestly, I wouldn't really want to interview him because he would just, he'd probably just talk about his formula.
E = MC2.
Square.
Yeah, squared.
Anyway,
Anyway, same
you
thing.
didn't even say it.
Same
right.
baby, different dad. All right.
If I could probably interview anyone, it would probably be. I don't want to say anyone that's really famous because there's, obviously it kind of seems.
It sounds weird, but I think it'd be Michael Jackson because of he was the kids. Remember he used to his theme park and stuff, and then the parents of those kids were forced to be told he's doing stuff to us, and I just would want to get his opinion on that and see what he thinks about it. Cause I don't know. I'm just curious what he thinks about his fame and did he even want to be famous? Because his dad kind of forced him into that.
Yeah. I guess for me, I don't really have anyone that would be a set person that I would want to interview. I guess it would be more of a range of people.
Yeah.
But if I were to interview someone, give me a topic.
I can't think of a topic. Stan Lee. I would definitely interview Stan Lee if I had the chance to talk to him about, how did you come up with these characters?
Yeah.
How did you decide you wanted to do this?
I guess I would want to interview someone. I don't know why. Someone that comes up to mind would be a Smitty, which just seems really weird.
Smitty? I mean,
I don't know if you know him that much.
I know him a little bit.
But he, just a gaming YouTuber. But the reason why I want to interview him would just be mainly, I guess, why he started. It wasn't just purely because he wanted to make a video and put it out there, or was there
a real reason?
A real actual reason?
Yeah.
And also mainly because editing, sorry.
I have learned some pretty good tips over the years. besides the podcast and everything, like for real, if you need any advice, I can give you some advice.
Yeah.
Like I have a lot of tips that I can give you.
Yeah.
I've been getting peer pressured by a ton of my friends to make a video on editing tips, which is not a bad idea, but I don't want the world knowing some of my editing secrets.
Well, it's not like there's anything much new.
Well, I know, but just the way this is one of my pro tips for when I edit. So when I edit a little bit of the video, say I have 10 minutes of 2 hours edited, I just rewatch the whole thing to see if there's something I missed. Because if you just keep editing and just go, all right, it's done. Well, you didn't even watch the whole thing. What if there's something else you can add?
I occasionally go back on footage.
I'll edit like a minute and then I'll rewatch the whole thing over again. That's why it takes me so long to push videos out, because I literally spend my love and life to.
I just procrastinate.
Well, here's another tip if you're getting bored of editing. Say you're not having as much fun anymore. Okay, well if you have another video that you can edit and you seem like you'd have more fun doing that, then do that. If you don't have another video to edit, then take like a 30-minute break. Play a little bit of games, come back to it, and if you're still not having fun, just come back to it the next day.
For me, it's just more of, I don't want, like, that Minecraft 360 video that I recorded
Months ago.
December.
Yeah.
I recorded it right after releasing, technically speaking, my latest video, because I haven't released my latest actual video, which is 7 months old.
Yeah.
I recorded it right after that, and I edited probably close to halfway. I was actually I was almost finished with it. And I started re-editing it. I started going back and editing again, and it didn't sound like me.
Yeah.
Because
you don't want to
so much passed that I didn't sound the same.
And you also don't want to. I mean, I'm just editing videos, old videos, because I have this idea that, when my YouTube videos look different, I want to have videos upload in the future to show how my editing used to look. I don't know. I just think that'd be cool. I already have a couple videos that are going to post, like, in 2025, which is so weird.
The same year that GTA will
hopefully be out, yeah. No. It'll come out when the moon landing happens.
It'd be so funny if Mars landing, because
the moon landing they're planning for 2026.
Colonizing the moon?
No, just going there again. I can't remember the real specific reason, but they want to go back to the moon.
It's gonna be a whole Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon thing, where they actually
the moon base and stuff.
Well, no, it wasn't a moon base. They in the movie they went there, and then the tape shut off.
Yeah.
Which was the government ploy, because they actually went there to go check out a Transformers ship that hit the moon and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole thing. I want to rewatch all those movies again. Sadly, Soap Today closed.
I know. I seen that. I was like, no. Because I was gonna try to rewatch Rick and Morty, and I was like, time to go to 1, 2, 3 movies.
Like I'm not kidding you. The funny part is, I was watching a show.
Are we allowed to say that on camera?
It's fine. It's closed down. There's been literally news stations reported on it.
Yeah, because Soap Today was out for a really long time.
5 years.
Well, yeah, it's still good, but I'm sure like they were threatened or something by the government, like, hey, if
They
you
were
don't-
probably sued,
or that too,
more than likely.
or like I said, the government like messaged them privately and said, hey, if you don't take this down, we're gonna.
No, it's illegal,
No, really.
but it's illegal to watch pirated movies. Or it's probably worse for the people who pirated the movies.
Yeah.
It's illegal to watch Don't Take This Drive.
Yeah.
I definitely do not have 200 plus
Remember
movies
those?
on it.
Remember those scary ads back then? It was like the music they used to promote pirating or to promote no more pirating was pirated. They used pirated music in their ad. That was what was funnier. It showed like it was. Dun, dun,
Okay, we get it. It was funny because it was a pirated movie. Alright, moving on.
I'm just trying to remember it. It would show like you wouldn't download an illegal movie. You wouldn't pirate a movie. And it would like show the weirdest camera angles, like zoom. It would like show a camera angle like zooming in like this fast, and then it would show like the black text like you wouldn't pirate a movie.
That's literally
That was like one of the biggest ads.
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Oh, have you seen that Sheet Music Boss?
Yeah.
You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't. What was his other one? You wouldn't. What was the other one? It was funny. I can't remember what it was, but he had like a ton of different stupid ones.
I don't know.
But
It's just so funny. 'Cause it's the same concept.
yeah.
Actually, earlier I was watching YouTube Shorts because I hate TikTok.
TikTok got really weird.
Mainly because I don't want to be scrolling watching people dance all the time. Maybe
And
for
I've seen
crap.
some really weird TikTok lives.
Yeah.
Like how is that not taken down yet? Lives.
Yeah. And it was like a person who locked picks. It's so funny because one of them was like, "Here's a lock. I'm going to open it with this lock."
Yeah.
It was the exact same model of lock, and he hit it and it opened both locks.
Yeah.
Or like there was one where it's like, so this guy had to draw out this lock because he couldn't lock pick it, and then the lock that you couldn't lock pick was this lock, and he used this type of lock pick, and so he opened it and he replaced it with this lock, and you used the exact same lock pick.
Yeah.
He's literally basically almost telling people what to use,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah. I think this is a good place to end
Wait, our
it.
car's like 1 hour.
Because I do have to go home and get ready for work. I know, I'm sorry. Well,
Kind of cringe.
that was just us going on a rant about literally the most
Whatever.
random stuff. This was last minute too, so. But
It
thank
was.
you guys for watching that random show. As again, I am your host, Random Immersive, and this is your co-host, Sub-Zero 285.
Bye bye.
Bye.